Hey there, movie nerds. Abby Olchesi here.
And Elliot here.
And today we are reviewing the new Ridley Scott movie, Body of Lies, starring Russell Crowe, Leonardo DiCaprio, and a whole score of other awesome people.
A slew. Let's just say it's a slew.
A slew
of other good actors. Now, just to get it out of the way, for those who might be confused, this movie, Body of Lies, should not be confused with Anatomy of Deceit. That war film is coming out later, and so I can understand, especially with such similar titles. This one is all about Leo, and it's all about Russell O, and it's, really quite good-o. So let's just get on with the show, shall we?
Definitely. Can I just say, that's a really not a very well-named film, either.
No.
It just kind of, sort of falls flat.
Actually, I'm going to say that the title was the only thing that really underwhelmed me about this movie.
The bad title in no way defines the film, because the film is actually very, very good. Very solid, compelling, interesting piece of work about intelligence agents in the Middle East in the current period of turmoil between the United States and the various countries of the Middle East.
What a great way of putting it. The current period of turmoil, not the cluster something. No, nothing like that. Just the current period of turmoil. But it's really quite insightful, I found, to watch this movie, seeing as how it depicts what's going on as a global issue. It's not just, something occurring, in the White House and something that's occurring on the streets of Iraq. It's happening all over Jordan, Syria, Saudi Arabia, the United Arab Emirates, and as well as, Europe. The effects of what's going on are felt. And so I was really, really, just so, I would say, vindicated by the fact that this is an accurate portrayal of the way the world works, especially in the world of intelligence, or what I perceive of the world of intelligence.
Definitely. Not necessarily a centric on the United States and other countries movie. It is global, and I thought that was a very apt thing that they did. It seemed very accurate to me. As well as the fact that it doesn't really have a sledgehammer of a message. It just is what it is. It's a story about intelligence and about the way intelligence works and operations and counter-operations. So it works by itself as a good movie, which I think has been the falling point for a lot of movies about the Iraq War. It's about the war. It's not about the story. People go to a movie to see the story. They don't go to a movie to be slammed over the head with something they may already believe. Of
course, and something that's really developed that I find interesting out of this entire experience is that Abby has developed a new crush, and I'm sure...
Crush.
An actor crush, and I'm sure she would love to share that with you.
Absolutely, I would. Okay, if you go to see this movie for no other reason, go to see this movie for British actor Mark Strong as Hani Salam, the director of Jordanian intelligence, because the man is the epitome of cool.
I was gonna say to more qualify his position, he's the badass director of Jordanian intelligence.
Oh my! I mean,
from the second that this guy steps into frame to the last second he's in it, he owns this movie. I honestly think that, you should just take Russell off the posters, take Leo off the posters, just put this guy on the posters and say, if you want to be a concerned citizen, if you want to be a knowledgeable person about what's going on in your world, that's fine, come to see this movie. But if also you want to see a really badass portrayal of an incredible character, this is the man to see.
This guy is like, he's like Jack Sparrow crossed with Michael Corleone. It just Jack
Sparrow crossed with Michael Corleone, crossed with James Bond, crossed with Lawrence of Arabia, crossed with somebody who's actually from Arabia.
Oh, he's so cool.
I mean,
anyway.
The really great thing about this character is you don't just see the badass side of him. You see the sympathetic, the calculating, every single facet of this character you get to see, and I think that's a real testament to the performance that Mr. Strong has put forth.
Absolutely. I wanted to know this guy. I want somebody like
you want to have many cups of tea with this man.
Yeah, I don't know necessarily if I want to know him that well, because that would mean I'd be involved in intelligence, and I can't even keep secrets well, so that's really not.
She really can't, but that's okay. We forgive her for it. But, I mean, to say that he stole the movie is a real understatement. He owns it. He totally owns it, and as far as I'm concerned, he's stolen the genre as it...
Pretty much. He owned that part already. They just didn't know it.
They just didn't know it yet. Until it was written and delivered to him, and he said, yes, I shall do this part, and I shall blow everybody's minds.
You don't, yeah.
Another thing that really stood out for this movie with me was the fact that Ridley Scott, the director, was really transparent in most of his efforts here. I didn't really feel, his fingerprint smudges showing up too much, and for me, that was a really good thing.
Definitely, it doesn't bear the mark of any one person particularly in this movie who's prominent in it. It's a movie in which these people are involved and play significant roles and do a good job. So basically, it's just a very solid film, definitely worth watching in any format, really. So go check it out. Even if you don't really like war films, it's a good one to watch. You'll have fun.
This takes war film to a completely different level.
Absolutely.
This is the dirty laundry war film. This shows how it's really done, and it's not, people playing drums as they walk toward one another in a straight line. This is the new age of warfare, as I think pretty much every single armed incursion of the past 10 years has shown us.
That's a very good point, and I think it does particularly a very good job of showing the new form of warfare from both sides, both from the United States intelligence side and from the other kind of intelligence, which is very interpersonal, that's over there.
Absolutely. So, you know what? The game of war has changed, so it's just about time that our movies have changed to catch up. So, we're the two awesome movie nerds. I'm Elliot.
I'm Abby.
And you know what? Go forth and watch.